welcome to Hack the Dino. This is totally the first time we've done this intro, and we are professional. I am one half of the tag team champions of the world, Ben Rosenthal, and I am joined by the man who was behind the grassy knoll, Floppy Starrick.
Hello, people of Earth. See, told you I did it.
Yeah, did what? That's the first time I'm hearing that catchphrase.
That's the first time I've used that catchphrase.
The very first time I've ever heard any of this, and ever made any jokes about you killing a former president of the United States.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's probably a little bit controversial.
No, not really. No, there's nothing we haven't heard before.
Back and to the left.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. But unfortunately, JFK isn't the only one who couldn't be with us tonight.
No.
Unfortunately, Anto couldn't be here as well. Anto's on a top secret mission, isn't he? Floppy?
Correct.
What's
well,
that?
he was.
He was?
Yeah, he was on a top secret mission.
Oh, not now?
His top secret mission was to drive JFK.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sorry about that.
And how's that going now?
Well, messy.
Just in the grey area.
Just, yeah. Very much the grey matter. I mean, area.
Anyway, we've got a special computer pracker?
Pracker?
I won't say programmer and hacker together. Pro hacker? Pro hacker the rapper, Jazz!
Woo! Hey, everyone.
You have to talk into the mic, Jazz.
Oh, hey, everyone.
That's the
Can you hear
one.
me?
Jazz, you're almost like almost a full-time member. I reckon you may have done more shows than Anto this year.
I don't know about that.
I think you've probably beat it. You're going to be beating him at Quiz on Your Face, I think.
Oh, right.
I'll make sure of that. Anyway, we've got a show for you full of sunshines and lollipops and rainbows and all the things
Everywhere.
are wonderful when you are with me. I really wanted to break into a song there.
Oh, it was hard not to.
But how do we usually do this? We talk about stuff we've been playing. But before we
Stuff
do,
we've been playing.
we should probably plug hackthedino.com, where you can go ahead and find everything we do that's Hack the Dino related. Some of you during the week may have noticed that Floppy was streaming a game that we will get into very, very shortly.
I did.
You will also see all
Not
our
successfully.
TikTok links and our Instagram links and all that sort of stuff that we're all trying to be a bit more productive on. I'm trying to be a bit more productive on Twitter through the Hack the Dino account, but I can't guarantee that will continue because that place is ruled by a jerk. Also, horrible people.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, old mate.
Yeah,
Old mate doofus.
Old mate, my parents have blood diamonds. But yeah, cool words coming out my mouth. Hackthedino.com. Head on over there. If you could also give the podcast a bit of a 5-star review,
Just thumbs up.
Bit of a thumbs up. Head on over to Spotify and on your little mobile app and you press the 5 stars. Not like that one person who did 4 stars. So we got a 4.9% rating out of something like 52 reviews or whatever it is.
That's pretty good.
That's very cheeky. Very, very cheeky. But yeah, do that. Do the things. Head on over to YouTube. Like the videos that we put up every now and then and share us around.
Share us around with your friends. Just pass us around.
Just share us around. Just splatter us all over the bonnet of a car like a former president did.
We went to two very different places with that.
Floppy, I know you've got a bit of a game to review, so I'll jump in
did.
and go first with what we've been playing this week.
Right. What have you been playing, Ben?
Well, see, I've been playing a lot of 3DS games, which I'll get into a little bit later on, because we are going to say farewell to the 3DS and the Wii U. It's officially going away, so we will look at that later. But during the week, friend of the channel, Game Boy Dad.
Yes.
Giro Espresso.
I like him. Makes good coffees.
Great coffee. Fantastic coffee.
Lovely coffee.
Awesome coffee.
Good cakes too.
Yeah, but the coffee's a little bit better.
It's all right.
The coffee's great.
I feel like he does his best as he can with his material.
He exceeds what he can do with that material.
Spends coffee.
No kidding. My business partner went into Game Boy Dad's cafe once, undercover, because that's what he likes to do.
Undercover.
Like, didn't announce who he
coffee.
was and just ordered a coffee. And he called me after he'd been there and went, "This is the best way I've ever tasted our coffee from this place." So just a shout out
Giro
to
Espresso.
Giro Espresso. Look it up.
Espresso. I said the espresso.
Yeah, you don't do that.
I never do that. I
really
legit tell people off for that.
You should.
I do.
It's a crime against
did it
humanity.
myself.
Much like assassinating former US presidents. So anyway, what were we talking about? Game Boy Dad sent me a message just saying, oh, you might want to get on this. And for $35, he sent me a link to this game. Now, for the podcast listeners, this is Final Fantasy Tactics for the Game Boy Advance.
That's not a game to throw away.
That is not a game that you generally sell for $35. I jumped on it because this person was also selling other games. Now, I did know, I believe his name's Ryan. After we met and had a chat and I purchased what I'm about to show you of him, he did follow me on Instagram and did follow the Hack The Dino account. So at the risk of...
Possibly even watching right now?
Yeah, I won't say how much these are worth, but people can look them up if they want. But these are all for my collection. Don't worry, I'm not being Mr. Reseller. They're not for the Retro Challenge. These are all going into my personal collection.
By the way. As
these
someone who's
fantastic.
sitting next to them and looking at them, these are unreal.
So Final Fantasy Tactics is a very well-known game. $35, that's exceptionally good value. But that wasn't all. So as I was talking to Ryan, he also put up a couple of other games. Two of which were Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones.
Unreal.
Again, first-party property of Nintendo. Not really something... like these were a bit more expensive. Actually, no, they weren't. They were $35 as well. So they were both a good old price of the 3 and the 5 put together. And again, as Floppy said, these are mint. These are complete. They've got all the inserts in there. They've got the manuals. They've got even the posters that came with the games
clean.
as well.
There's not a ding in them.
They have been kept since... like, I believe this person purchased them brand new.
I'm surprised you didn't have like sheaths on them, like covers on them, because they look like they've had covers on them.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
They're going to have covers on them.
Then, as I was driving there to meet Ryan to pick up the games, another game went up, and he drove back to get it for me because I said, "Oh, I really want that one." And it is Street Fighter Alpha 3. He gave to me for $40. I do. So with this, I believe I now own every Nintendo release of Street Fighter. Like this was the last one I needed because this was an expensive game because it had such a low run. So Street Fighter Alpha 3, again, fantastic condition. And how good is this guy for just like going back to his house? Because I met him in a park.
What a nice...
Yeah, I know, right?
That's how they started talking. By the way, what do you like? Oh, I like games. Oh, me too.
Yeah, games. Hide the... Anyway, I have this now, and I think that collects my finishes my Street Fighter collection because I've decided I'm not really going to go for anything else. I just want the Nintendo ones, so that's done. Then...
Pity you didn't get an Xbox 360 on. Missed out.
Then, the big ones.
Oh, yeah, this is unreal.
They weren't the big ones. So I did see this and went, yeah, I'll grab that one if I can. Boxed complete Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance.
Ooh. I'm on a bit of a Metroid kick at the moment.
So am I, because Prime's fantastic. So with that, besides the remake of that came out on the 3DS, I only needed this and one other game to, I think, have every Metroid release on every Nintendo system.
Yeah. And
that Metroid game was the remake that they did on the Game Boy Advance called First Mission, which is a very expensive, very sought-after game.
If only you had that one.
If only I had it right here in my goddamn hands, baby! Look at that! Oh my gosh! Like,
that is a phenomenal pickup.
This is one game I actually didn't ever think I'd own because I'm not a huge Metroid fan. Like, I'll pick them up if I find them.
Yeah, I noticed that one is already
I took
covered.
this. I took out one of my other games. I went, nope, that can wait. This one's
Sorry,
going straight
Zelda.
in there. So Metroid Zero Mission is a super expensive game. And when he gave it to me after I paid him the money, I just sort of looked at it and went, oh, you have no idea what getting this game. And he just goes, oh, I'm glad it's going to a collector. You know, you're doing me a favor. And I looked at him and went, oh, no. You are doing me a big favor, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. And it's complete as well. I don't have to search.
The most amazing part was when Ben agreed to let me play them and borrow them.
Yeah, that was amazing because it didn't happen. You lying fib face. What do you expect from the man who assassinated JFK but be a liar?
Well, just, maybe be a little more scared.
Nah, it was a lucky shot.
There's no luck about that, mate.
First two missed.
Magic bullet.
First two missed. That's all I'm going to say. They did.
Did they really?
One
or did they go exactly where they were meant
What,
to?
in the bonnet of the car and then his shoulder?
Yes, yeah.
Anyway,
part
Floppy.
of the plan. Yes, mate.
What have you been doing?
Well, I have been playing a little game that we were lucky enough to get a review code from IO Interactive.
Thank you, IO Interactive.
Thank you, IO Interactive, for
So yes, this is
trusting us with a code that you would like us to play and then talk about.
So yeah, full disclosure, we got this game for free, and
Correct.
Floppy played it.
Yeah, so I played a little game called Hitman Freelancer, which we have a vid for
Coming up real soon.
coming up. So this is a single player mode from Hitman 3 post campaign. Oh, excuse me. This combines like roguelike elements and strategic playing with the customizable safe house that you now have. So post campaign, you can now have single player content still. That you don't have to go back and play through the missions of the campaign. You get to go out and do missions from your like a home base.
Like a hub world?
Yeah, essentially like a hub world. So it's set after Hitman 3's epilogue. So 47, which is you as the Hitman, and Diana, which is your handler.
I like the way that 47's the only video game character I could ever possibly hope to cosplay.
Dude, when I was playing this, there was chats about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You
there was
losers.
chats. I think it was me and Townsy. I think it was it Townsy? Oh, no, someone was watching with me. Maybe it was Game Boy Dad.
Oh, well.
Or maybe it was Wii U Robots.
Oh, well. Either way,
Yeah.
all we can say is that, yes, I'll kill you all.
Yeah, basically it was a cosplay of Ben. So you play as 47, as per normal in a Hitman game, and Diana, your handler. But now you are not working for the ICA, which is the company the assassination company that you worked for before. You're freelancing. You're on your own.
You know, when you said ICA, I immediately thought IGA.
Yeah, well, that makes fits too.
Which I thought, hang on, that for those American listeners, IGA is a supermarket chain over here in Australia.
So you have to eliminate and dismantle new civilian enemy syndicates that have popped up all over the place. Each campaign is comprised of like 4 syndicates, and they range in difficulty, getting harder. Each syndicate, the player works their way through 3 to 6 missions in whichever order you want. Because that's the cool thing about these things. The Hitman games are very open to interpretation and how you would like to achieve them. Do you want to go in guns blazing? Do you want to set traps? Do you want to sneak around? They are very, very cool like that. And they have gotten more and more open, I think, and have had, there's almost probably an immeasurable amount of ways that you can achieve your goals, which is awesome. After each mission, 47 returns to the safe house to restock and resupply. The destination left until last will become a showdown with a syndicate leader. So you can do them in any order, but whichever one you do last will be where your showdown is with your syndicate leader. And you must be identified by a number of different suspects. So you have to go and figure out who the syndicate leader is as well. You can sneak, you can disguise yourself, you can blend in by doing certain things. I was blending in by fishing at one point.
You can bend in.
You can bend over in. The whole roguelike element comes in when any gear that you lose or use in a mission is no longer available later. So you have to scrounge and then take things back to your safe house to have them available for later missions. So that's where that like strategy and planning comes ahead, which means you do kind of have to do it a few times to get to know the level and to know what you want to be able to achieve in it. But there are lots of ways of doing things, which is very, very cool. We found out very quickly when I streamed it that it has been way too long since I played a Hitman game, and I sucked hard. But it is definitely one of those one more time.
Oh, just one more.
I'll give it one more crack. I learned a little bit more about that one. I know where they go. I know the path that they took. I'll give it one more shot. It looks really impressive. There is a lot of interactive stuff. Like you can go through and pick up. I had this funny little thing going. We were seeing how much I could fit into my magic pockets.
Oh.
And I had like garden forks and hammers and wrenches and a bottle and just all sorts of things that you could do that you can fit into your magic pockets.
And you can pretty much use any of them to assassinate people.
There is lots of things that you come in contact with where he says you can you can puncture this oil drum and make it oil spill, but you need a screwdriver to do it.
Right.
You could set off a life raft, but you need a wrench. You can poison some food, but you need to go find the rat poison somewhere. So it's very, very cool. And I can't even imagine the amount of work the writers must have to go through to be able to, come up with all the different things that you can think of.
Not only the writers, imagine the game devs who
Oh,
have to
dude.
program all this in.
Yeah, who have to program all this? Like,
And
it's unreal.
it's a roguelike,
Yeah.
which means it's procedurally generated. How?
So I found a couple of different ways. I did try and do the sneaky thing, but right at the start, when you're not familiar with the area, it makes it quite hard because you don't know where you're supposed to be going.
Right.
And I may have preemptively killed some people and then tried to steal their clothes. I need to realize that I can't steal their clothes, so I was just creating a pile of dead people on a beach.
Nice.
If we put up the whole footage, you can go back and watch that. That was embarrassing and funny until I did finally decide how to identify people whose clothes I could steal. But it's really funny. It's really funny. Like, you steal their clothes and you still are incredibly bald with a tattoo.
Yep.
No one notices you.
No.
It was just instant. You're like a Scooby-Doo disguise.
Yep.
It's great. It was really cool. I am going to go back and play and stream some more. Hopefully, maybe at some point this weekend. I have an incredibly busy work schedule, but I'm going to try and do that and see if I can't actually get all the way through some of the missions.
If you had to liken it to a dinosaur, so this is the new rating program that I've
If
just
to a
thought of.
dinosaur?
So, like, obviously,
Easy.
so the best, the absolutely have to buy this is clearly a Triceratops.
Okay.
Then yeah, pretty good, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No, it's not.
And
Tyrannosaurus
then
are further down. Velociraptor's above Tyrannosaurus Rex.
no, because Velociraptor's a little chicken.
Pachycephalosaurus is above the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
All right, I'll give you. If Triceratops is number 5, Pachy's number 4, T-Rex number 3,
Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus is number 2,
Okay.
and one's a little pissant compy.
All right. Where would I put this?
Yep.
Pachycephalosaurus.
So 3, good 3.
No, that was 4.
4?
Yeah.
Okay, I've good 4. 4 out of cool.
4 out of 5. 4
It's,
out of 5 dinosaurs.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Pachycephalosaurus.
That's the one out of Triceratops. That's it. That's an official Hack the Dino review.
That's an official rating scale used by many important people around Ben's house.
Yep. Me mostly. Triceratops and everyone.
But yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's great. If you like the Hitman games, I think you'd really dig this one. And I have liked the Hitman games for many years and played them all through. I was on PS2, but
Yeah.
PS3.
Cool. Awesome. Rad. So get all your packies together.
Do it.
And I'm moving
Get
on.
all your what together?
Pachycephalosaurus.
Packies.
And you have to talk into the mic, Jazz.
Okay.
You can pull the mic towards you.
It's on a movable arm.
Okay. Thanks.
Anyway, let's talk about some things that have to do with other things that are happening in the world of video games in a segment we like to call What's Happening in the World with Video Games.
In other parts of the world that have video games.
Parts of the world.
Yeah.
So GDC's underway. You know what the GDC stands for, Floppy?
Game Developers Conference.
Correct. And basically
Ding,
it
ding,
is...
ding, ding.
What is it? What is the GDC?
What is it's the Game Developers Conference.
Yeah, it's basically
They
game
come along
developers.
and say, this is what we're doing.
Yep, all to get together and act very responsibly. They do things like vote on the Game Developers Game of the Year of the last year and other awards. So it's underway now as we record this. It's currently the 25th, is it? 25th of...
It's 24th here.
24th.
It's currently the 24th, so where this is getting recorded, it's the 23rd still.
Right. So it is underway at the moment as we record this. So obviously more news may come out. But Elden Ring obviously won the GDC Game of the Year with God of War, Ragnarok winning a whole bunch of other awards. What was really cool so far is Epic had a big Unreal Engine 5 sort of like conference. Showcase,
Okay,
yeah.
That thing looks unreal from what I've seen.
Yeah, boom, tish.
Is that what I sent you today?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Look at that Jazz, getting us all up to date on the
'cause-
news.
Well, we had industry news. We've got a Slack channel, and then they were like, another guy named Ben and another guy. They were like, "You guys need to watch this."
Jazz in the know.
We're not allowed to mention anything about where you work, are we, Jazz?
Oh, it's fine. I think, it doesn't matter.
She works for the CIA.
That's right, Hitman.
ICA.
But we use Unreal Engine, and we have an animation studio in there that uses that kind of software. So, and they also teach with that kind of software, so they need to know what's going on.
Yep. So rather unreal. I don't know if you've seen the footage, Floppy.
I haven't yet.
It is. Oh no, it's not. I forgot to link a video. But they had Sensua's Sacrifice. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Yeah.
They had a transformation from live action into Unreal Engine 5, and it was pretty much
bet that
flawless.
looks flawless. Yeah.
And then they said, "Oh yeah, you can. You'll be able to manipulate this on your iPhone." Like, that's what they're going to be able to do. They're going to be able to integrate Unreal Engine 5 and developing with their iPhone.
Why would you have an iPhone? That's rubbish. Get an Android.
Okay, leaving that there.
Oh, but that's not what we're supposed to be taking from that, right?
No.
That's amazing, by the way.
Then
though.
also, they unveiled their Unreal Editor, which they're using for Fortnite. You know how in Fortnite you can sort of create your own islands, create your own maps and everything?
Actually, no, I had no idea you could do that. I
Oh, really?
No.
Okay, you can do that. You can play other people's maps. And people have already got started. They've been after this for a while. This engine to create things in Fortnite is so good. Like, someone created a COD map, and it plays better than the actual COD map.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
But other things, I think I may have dreamt this, but I think someone created
this.
in the Fortnite create an island mode or whatever it's called. I can't remember at the moment. Created either Mario 64 Peach's Castle or GoldenEye. I can't remember which one. But it's the sort of thing you can do.
Either one of them is very cool.
But rave reviews about all
Why
this.
do we not play those ones?
We should actually. We should do a stream where we just go through random islands and just have a good time. And most important news that came out today, just very, very quickly, Last Ronin
I did
from
hear this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is getting its own God of War inspired game. Now, for those of you not in the know, I don't want to give away any spoilers, so I'm asking everyone in the chat, do not give away any spoilers.
I haven't read this, but I really want to.
Last Ronin is the last of the 4 Ninja Turtle brothers, avenging the death of Splinter and his brothers and all their friends at the hands of Shredder's grandson.
So this is a graphic novel, by the way.
Well, it was 4-issue miniseries.
Well, it was a comic that's being
collected
and together and turning into a video game.
Written by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird.
Is that not the
original creators?
Yeah.
Yep.
I only knew that because I only read the first volume, like the original.
And the best part, this story was sort of dot pointed down when they were working on the comic series, 35 years ago.
Wow.
So they've had it in their brains. And you can tell this thing, to read it, is amazing. And I am so incredibly excited to play this game when it comes out in like 10 years.
I like Townsy in the chat has called out it's about Ronan Keating avenging his fallen Boyzone brothers.
How did you know?
It's a good one.
In a week from now, Floppy,
Yes.
in other news, for those of you who listen to the show and watch it on youtube.com/hackthedino or twitch.tv/hackthedino, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do the thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. The 3DS and the Wii U are having their eShops closed down, and with that, pretty much signals the end of those 2 consoles. Valet, all done.
Well, apart
Bye-bye.
from the billions of physical games that are out there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, official support. Like, it's done.
Yeah.
Nintendo's not going to support them anymore. They're absolutely done. So the shop does close on the 27th. Now, I mentioned last show that I couldn't work out how to put money on my account. After speaking in our Discord, which you can join if you head on over to hackthedino.com and click the Discord button. It's free. Come on in. We're all lovely people.
This is a pluginator.
Except for that one guy. Discussing it with other hackadactyls in there. Apparently, if you go to the Nintendo, if it's your eShop account on your 3DS is linked to your Switch account, like use the same username, same everything, you can... that's right, it was Dylan the Villain who told me. You can go to the website and purchase money and put it on via the website.
Switch.
Not through the Switch.
Not
through...
I think I remember having that conversation with Dylan.
So you put it on through the website and it links up. So I managed to put, I think, $30, $40 on there and just got all the games I wanted. I filled up...
What'd you get?
I got all the Pokemon games that I could.
Mm-hmm.
I got sort of the exclusive games, so Dr. Mario. I didn't get push blocks though. I've still got a week. I might go. Well, no, I've only got 2 days. If I can find another SD card, I might get that. If not, it's going to be lost to the ether. But yeah, I filled up both my Zelda 3DS, which we can see in front of me, as well as my Metroid 3DS, which is in front of me. They're both full now. I've got things that I don't think a lot of people would back up or sort of are available elsewhere. Like they had Nintendo Directs on there that you could watch in 3D. So I grabbed a couple of them.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, but like it was just a fun novelty that won't be available anywhere else. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. You can get that trailer on 3D. So I grabbed that as well. And just a hell of a lot of demos.
Never played that.
Majora's Mask on... it's not the best version. Play the 64 version. you've got a CRT now. You just need $300 to buy the game.
I got the special edition of the 3DS. And
That's right.
I found it.
That's right.
Out in the wild and got it.
That's a very expensive DS now. And apart from that, just the demos that you need to get. So if you're a Pokemon fan like me, I highly encourage you before it's out. These are free to get the Pokemon Sun and Moon and Oras, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire demos because you get exclusive Pokemon.
That was my question. I'm like, is there a point to getting
so
the demos? Yeah,
it's the only way you can get Ash Greninja. So that was Ash from the anime series. They made a Greninja.
He had a baby with a Greninja.
So they bonded. That's how he was able to become, synced. Anyway, that's the only way you can get that. I highly recommend that you do that.
That's cool.
Now, Floppy, did you ever have a Wii U?
I do have one now.
Did you have one back in the day?
No, I had one after the fact.
What
Once
do you
they'd
think
stopped
of
hers, I really enjoy it.
Same. It's a good
I
system.
use it to play my Wii games and
The
stuff.
hub world was amazing. Like you click on,
Yeah.
and then all your friends come down.
Yeah, I love
and
it.
they're all got messages, and you can talk to them
Yep.
and send messages
Yeah.
to each other. Some of the art that was in these hub worlds as well was spectacular.
Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoy my my Wii U. I chased down a game specifically to play on Wii U at one point.
Oh, okay.
So it was after was it Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury came out?
Mm-hmm. Bowser's
Sorry,
Fury.
Bowser's Fury.
That's correct.
And I enjoyed the little Captain Toad bits so much
Mm-hmm.
that I hunted down Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker on the Wii U to play. And
Yep.
Played that through. I loved the heck out of that.
Yep. Game Boy Dad in the live chat has said the Wii U is the only console you can play Xenoblade Chronicles X on.
It's true, and it's the only... I think that's the only one I haven't got out of the Xenoblade games.
I think I'm the same, actually.
I mean, unless you count like Xenogears and stuff like that. But
And also, in other fun news, it's been discovered if you don't use your Wii U, there's a chance it could brick.
that's weird.
Absolutely no reason. It's completely random. Your console
What's
could
the
brick
time
itself.
frame that you should use it then?
I have no idea. I assume if it was going to happen, it's happened already.
Go and
because I've-
turn it on now.
touched-
Not now. In about an hour.
Mine are all in boxes still, which is why there's none on here because I couldn't be bothered carrying them all down. But yeah, it's quite disappointing actually. They sort of overlooked
I
that.
wonder what that is. I wonder if it's just a random occurrence that's happened to a couple, and they're just like, well, it all happens to everyone now.
Yep. Well, they didn't say everyone. It is a random occurrence.
Okay. I mean, everything's a random occurrence.
But the 3DS, what an amazing system the DS line or the lineage was.
You know what was really cool? That people don't seem to, well, I know, people don't talk to me about it, but I really dug it. I work in retail. I used to take my 3DS with me to work and leave Street Pass on.
Yep.
It was so cool
I
at the
used
end
to
of the
do it.
day.
I used to go to conventions to sell my comic books.
Yeah.
And I'd take my 3DS and I would put it there on, and you just see it go bing, bing, bing. I completed almost all the puzzles.
But you get like only 10 at a time before it's full.
But then, if you walk steps, you can earn coins that you can then
Yeah.
transfer into. So that's another thing as well. You need to go on to the eShop into the Street Pass thing where you play all those games and download the exclusive games that came there. There was one that was like based on the stock market.
Great
I know.
game.
Yeah, I know. But things like
It's called Gordon Gecko Man.
there is actually one called Badge Maker or sticker thing. It's basically
Badge maker, make me a badge.
it's a crane game with little icons that you can hopefully get. You get 2 free plays a day, or you give them money. Well, you can't give them money anymore. So, and you can get those stickers, and you can alter your launch screen. Which is, I don't understand why they haven't done it for the Switch yet.
Oh, like the themes?
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
you can,
that is weird.
They have like Pokemon ones where they have little Pokemon stickers that if you win with the crane, which is really easy as well. They go on. Like I won some of pixelated NES icons or SNES
okay.
icons, and I've put them on the folders with those games in them.
I had a really cool Fire Emblem theme that was like a pre-order bonus.
Yep. See, those things are worth money now, and they're going to be worth even
And a
more
Bravely
money.
Default one.
Well, there's a free Bravely Default one. So you want to go into the 3DS themes and look up the free ones that you can download. Also on there, you don't want to forget if you were an ambassador, which was given to people who paid full price for the 3DS
right at the start.
when it came out, and then like a month later they decreased it by $200. So they gave us $200 worth of video games and a certificate. If you have that certificate on your 3DS, it instantly jumps the price of that 3DS model by $200.
But you probably don't want to sell it.
No, it's a collectible. So,
Keep it.
but a lot of people deleted it because it took up room.
Oh.
So you want to go on there now and re-download it before
Okay,
it
now I get
closes
what you mean,
in
I
a
get
couple
what
of
you mean.
days. Now I'm not 100% sure. There may be a chance that you can re-download after they close the shop for good, but I wouldn't risk it.
Do you know what I had the option to purchase recently? Speaking of DSs and stuff, the DS Game and Watch collection.
Oh,
I was bidding on it actually, and it went for $1 more than my maximum bid. But I was at a work conference and it didn't check.
missed it. Yeah,
I missed out. It went for like $51.
that's a good price.
Yeah, I was like, if I get that for $50, that'd be cool.
Yeah, there's one
Because
that
you couldn't get that retail, could you?
No, that only came from the
You had to
Nintendo
get
Rewards program.
the little coins, Nintendo
Yep.
points. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one that came before the one we have now.
Mm.
Speaking of which, you want to get Zelda Picross. If you've got platinum coins, I think there's 1,500 or 500 platinum coins. Go to the Nintendo Rewards website and get Legend of Zelda Picross for however much it is, because Picross is a highly addictive game, and the only way you can get the Zelda one is through this rewards program. So all these download exclusives are going to make your hardware worth more.
True.
Not that you'd want to sell it. Preservation.
It's cool.
Now, while I didn't get all the games that I wanted to get because I didn't have an SD card, I'm pretty sure Nintendo did a good thing in letting us know so people could preserve as much. I think the game completionist bought everything as a video. He spent like $3,000 or something and bought every single game.
It's a lot of SD cards.
Yeah, on the Wii U and on the 3DS, and he has donated them both to game preservation societies, which are going to rip them and upload them. So they're preserved, which is what we need, what we want. But yes, get on that right now, and I just would like to thank the 3DS personally for being a friend, travel down the road and back again.
Oh. We did this last show. We can't do it 2 at a time. We're going to start losing viewers more than normal.
But yeah, the Wii U was also a great system, and thank you, Nintendo. Done with that segment. All right, more news.
More news.
I really wish Anto was here for this news.
Here, he picked this.
He picked this last year as part of his thoughts as to what was going to happen.
Was it in his predictions?
It was last year.
Okay.
So he can't get any points this year for it. But Persona 5, the Phantom X, has been announced, and Anto's prediction was that Atlas would release another Persona 5 game before they released Persona 6. And he was 100% right. So this has been announced for Android and iOS. It does appear to be a fully fledged Persona experience as opposed to some gimmicky mobile game. It follows a new group of phantom thieves in Tokyo in a new original story designed specifically for smartphones. It's expected to be free to play with in-app purchases, but has no release window for the West yet, as it is only being announced for China.
Yes, wet.
And even at the end of this, what old mate Joker rocks up as well.
I just saw him.
So it looks like a full Persona 5 sequel almost.
I wonder if Dylan the Villain's going to get this. He's a big Persona fan.
Well, you have to go to China and.
Well, I mean, if it comes to the West.
But still, that's cool. It looks good.
It looks
Music's
real
still
pretty.
amazing.
I can't believe that's on mobile. That looks amazing.
Yeah, imagine.
Then again, my mobile is like 4K.
Yeah, but imagine how quickly your battery's going to drain playing this.
Yeah,
really, they
very
never
cool.
mentioned that.
No, they don't.
That was always been my problem. Even dating back to the old N-Gauge. That's right. I had a friend who had an N-Gauge, and
That's amazing.
I used to mock him.
Not the N-Gauge part.
that yeah, so words.
Next news.
News.
Can I do this one?
Yeah,
I'm so
man.
happy for this.
Yeah, you do it.
Lego Drive 2K has been
Announced and announced again.
Yeah, announced and announced again. This was announced by another game news website. Actually broke embargo, so they took the article down. Oopsies.
I have no idea who that could possibly be. It's quite...
Wasn't Hack The Dino.
no.
It was announced officially yesterday, so it comes out in May 19. Lego 2K Drive will place players in the open world of Bricklandia, love that name, which features multiple unique areas and biomes and that they'll race through while trying to earn the Sky Cup trophy. Every player will choose how they wish to play, whether they want to just drive the open road or take on the game's many challenges, races, and more. This is Need for Speed with Lego.
Yeah.
I'm so in.
Yep.
There is you can pre-order a special edition that comes with the physical Lego kit to build a car three different ways.
Right.
And it has season pass of all the content as well.
Really?
Yep.
I just want to, like, there'll be downloadable packs. Like, I'll get the
100%.
DeLorean. Lego DeLorean.
That's the cool thing is they can then, it's Lego, so they can release DLC for all of the Lego kits that they own, I assume.
Yeah.
DeLorean, the Aston Martin DB5.
Well, I mean,
James
obviously
Bond.
there's licenses that they have to pay as well, but it's Lego. They're printing money at the
I
moment.
feel like they've got them already if they've built the actual Lego kits. But then again, who knows what licenses are a funny thing.
Yeah. I'm really... Again, game devs, how do they do it? Because if you can build anything. And race it, how?
That's amazing.
How does it interact with the world?
It's so cool. Like, I am so keen for that.
It looks very cool.
Yep.
I thought it'd be right up your alley.
I'm all in. Yep, I'm all in. Who else is in? In the chat, sound off if you're in. I saw that Dylan the Villain was in.
Do you know what else is in?
What's in?
The games are in this studio.
They are. There are games. There's some here.
Yep. They're there. And maybe you want to tell us a little bit about
It
those
looks
games.
a little pricey.
Are they?
A little bit. All right. We're gonna do a segment, and it is the top 10 most expensive PlayStation games from my shelf. Not the most expensive ever. Just the ones that are on my shelf that are the most expensive.
When Floppy
ones.
put this in the run sheet, I chuckled. I thought it was funny.
Literally sitting on my couch looking at my shelf, and I'm like, that's a pricey game.
I cannot guarantee I will not be stealing this topic somewhere down the line when I have
yours
no
might be
ideas.
way more impressive than mine, though.
Well, I mean, for starters, these ones.
Having said that, Nintendo holds value so much more than anything else.
I know, because nostalgia.
Yeah, Townsy's already spied God Hand and Legend of Dragoon. All right, so we're going to start from 10. Now, these are based on an average of the last sort of like 5 or 6 sold prices from these ones that I have, that I've got currently. So, yeah. Number 10, out of the 10th most expensive PlayStation game that I own is this little guy here. Splatterhouse on the PS3.
Now, is that... Well, I know we're about to look at the footage right now, but Splatterhouse on the PC Engine is actually a really expensive game as well.
Yeah, so this was based on the 88 arcade game. I'm assuming that was as well.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, so this was like based on that. So it's a horror-themed hack and slash. Based on the 1988 arcade game. It was praised for its graphics when it came out, its voice acting, soundtrack, funnily enough. I don't hear them. You're more than welcome to skip through this if you want, Jazz. It goes for quite a while if you want to go and find some gameplay and stuff like that. It was criticised for repetitive gameplay.
But it's a hack and slash horror thing. What do you expect?
I know.
Like, come on.
Difficulty glitches. Not quite sure what they were, but apparently there was glitches and they were difficult. And its controls were not the best. But you use hand-to-hand combat, you use makeshift weapons, you lose limbs, but you grow them back over time.
Oh, nice. So it's like Deadpool with his little hand.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it was gruesome. It was one of those ones that was just like, it was kind of hitting the vibes that Mortal Kombat did. So it was like really fun, really over the top. You know, parents didn't want their kids to have it, basically.
Parents, what are they good for?
But because due to the fact it got criticised quite heavily for some things, it didn't sell as well. Therefore, it just goes up in price a little bit.
So
that one is averaging about $75 at the moment. Not
Pretty
impressive, I know, but it's a PS3 game.
No,
it's not old.
That's impressive. Like that's the type of game that you would find in a porn store or something like that.
PAWN.
I think they know.
Just checking.
Because my Australian accent.
Yeah.
But like these types of games, you should take note because some of these you will find just out in the wild.
And give another 10 years, this thing is going to shoot.
But PS3 games aren't that collectible at the moment.
They're
like
really, really cheap.
360 games where they're just in that spot where no one wants them.
They're like $5 to $10.
Because PS3 games you can only play on the PS3, and if you don't have a PS3, they're useless to you.
Yep.
Unless you're a collector. Do you remember how much you paid for that?
No. I want to say I paid less than $10 for it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Most of my PS3 games that I've got at the moment, most of them, I probably paid in the vicinity of $6 to $8.
Nice.
Because it was when local retailers were getting rid of them. They were quite cheap, and I just started picking stuff up that I knew was something that I wanted to have for some reasons, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that one. Number 9 is a little one. I actually found this in Savers, of all places. I found this in Savers, which is a secondhand a charity shop.
a charity shop that charges through the orifices of your face.
Which is okay because they also pay all their staff full-time wages and donate to Diabetes Association.
And they also get, not everything's donated to them.
No.
They actually buy
stuff.
shipping containers from the Red Cross.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, come on, guys. I overpaid for a Pac-Man on the NES the other day. It's no one's fault.
I saw
but
that
mine,
sitting
but-
there.
Yeah. It's a $60 game.
Yeah.
I didn't pay $60.
No.
But I still overpaid. More than I would have liked to have.
But I
Pac-Man.
found I think I found it for like $7. I found Kenka Bancho Badass Rumble.
What's this game about?
So this is a PSP game. You get to name your characters, you design your own character, and then you travel through, I think it's 47 different schools, fighting your way to be the toughest Bancho in Japan.
Wow, so it's like Pokemon, but with fists.
Yeah, which is basically like a gang leader.
So Harry Potter with fists.
So it's once again, there's a lot of beat 'em ups on this, by the way. So it's a Japanese beat 'em up, school-based game. Has a new game plus, which I didn't think was very common back then in the PSP days.
Chrono Trigger.
I said very common, not
Well,
never
when
happening.
it's the most famous game in history, then... Sorry, is he shooting lasers into that monk's eyes?
Yes, he was.
That's awesome.
There are powers.
Yeah.
He was glaring.
He was
was
glaring,
glaring,
he was
was it?
glaring at him.
Was it the Care Bear stare?
Yeah.
Oh, God. But yeah, so this one regularly goes for around $80.
Oh, wow. Pretty good.
But yeah, it was it was really good.
How much did you pay for it again?
So I reckon it was $7, $7 or $8 that I found at Savers, where they on
Good
shelf
old
they
savers.
regularly have their games for $4.99 or $7.99.
Sometimes. Do you know what games I saw for $4.99 at Savers I went to yesterday?
What?
Good old Vets and some dog game.
Oh,
So I didn't buy them because I would never play them.
yes. I wouldn't either.
Next.
All right, next one. Excuse me. Okay. It's a console that didn't really take off heaps here, which means
So the
not a lot
Sega.
sold. The Vita. This one here. So we got Silent Hill Book of Memories for the Vita.
Can I just interject very, very quickly?
Yes.
Did you see the trash talking on Twitter between? Oh, you probably wouldn't have. Between
Don't-
Brian
I've never been
Altano
on Twitter.
and Greg Miller.
No.
It was hilarious.
Was it about the Vita?
It was about Greg Miller was obviously pushing for Vita being underrated and everything, and being one of the best consoles. Blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
Altano was saying no, that's the Wii U. And they were just clashing heads. If you know anything
Oh,
about
that would
these
have been
two
like
individuals,
Titans clashing.
Yeah, it was
Clash of the
great.
Titans.
and then it just blew it. It blew it. In the end, Altano put up a vote, said which one, and Wii U won.
What?
Yeah.
Because they'd like to see Greg get angry.
And then it just carried on. Like Greg would take little snipes, and Altano, because he's got such a quick wit. I'm just recounting a tweet. This is the show now. But anyway, I just like this catchphrase. Is it was something about how the Wii U. Altano was on the Nintendo thing where nothing was released for the Wii U for a year, or they had when the Wii U was having a bad year, Nintendo was having a bad year, and Greg tweeted at him, "Oh, the Vita never had a bad year," and Altano just tweeted back, "The Vita didn't even last for a year, Greg." Anyway,
And then the fight was on.
if you want to head over to Twitter and follow people that are a lot funnier than us, Brian Altano and Greg Miller. Anyway, back to actual stuff that people care about.
All right. Silent Hill Book of Memories for the PlayStation Vita. This is part dungeon crawler, part RPG, has themed levels that end in like a puzzle that you need to progress. You collect experience points to upgrade your created character. The classes involved in this, when you can create your character, are Bookworm,
Nice,
Jock,
nice,
Goth,
nice,
and Preppy.
not nice.
And I can't remember what the strengths of each one. I mean, Jock was strong.
Yep.
Bookworm, I think it was
Slimy.
intelligence. Preppy and Goth, I can't remember what their
Goth would be metal, and Preppy.
metal.
Yeah, Preppy would be walking around with a twig up their ass.
Ooh, nasty. But yeah, the game has 5 different endings.
Wow, 5 certainly beats Chrono Trigger's 13.
All right. If you're a fan of Silent Hills, fan of Resident Evil, this one is very, very cool. I can't remember what I picked this up for. I picked it up in retail secondhand, but it quite regularly averages out to about $100.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So that was very cool. It was cool to figure out.
Do you think you would ever sell any of these high-end games?
Not these ones, I don't think. These
No?
ones are ones that are mine for good, I reckon. At this point in time, anyway. Who knows what lies around the corner. I have done a bit of a refinement over the last year or two of my games and to get rid of stuff that I don't actually want. Like I had damn near every Animal Crossing.
Oh, cool.
I hate that game.
No, that's
I
a bit
hate
weird.
it with a passion.
Me too. I think they should put it in the bin.
But Jazz also hates Breath of the Wild, and do you know why?
Because it's not as good as
Jazz.
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Sorry,
No,
Jazz?
it's not as interesting as Jazz.
She got jealous that I spent over 300 hours in Breath of the Wild, and Parker spent like 600 hours in Animal Crossing.
Wow, that's just rude of you, mate.
So rude.
I'm with you, Jazz. Animal Crossing, shit game.
Oh, well.
All of them.
We can't all
But yeah,
be...
so I sold them and it funded cool stuff that I wanted to have, which
Oh,
is
nice.
nice. Which is good. But yeah, number 7 on the list of Floppy's most expensive games is a little PS2 game here that I know Townsy loves because he's seen it and he's commented on it. This one here, God Hand. Have you played God Hand?
Me?
Yes.
No, but we've spoken about it before on a show, and I laughed my ass off.
So this is like a beat 'em up with a large amount of comedy relief, you could say. Your hand gets removed and replaced with the God Hand to make go fighty fights with. You can map and string together a large amount of like techniques to the face button so that you can pull off sick combos. Why are you just staring at nothing like that? It makes me nervous.
Because Anto's in the chat while he's on his secret mission and mentioned the human transmutation scene from Full Metal Alchemist, and I was shook.
Wow, that was
I
heavy.
I had flashbacks.
Okay. Back to God Hand. God Hand is very cool. It's a lot of fun. Once again, another beat 'em up because I didn't realize how many there were on this. So, but 3D. Look at the cool heckin'.
That's a German suplex we just saw there. Wrestling
Sure.
move. It is. Wrestling move.
No, I believe you. I don't know what the names of
Or a
wrestling
belly
moves
to
are.
back, as some like to call it.
This is developed by the team behind Resident Evil 4, by the way,
Oh, nice. Good game.
if you don't know.
Good game.
But there you go. So God Hand. Look at that. Let's
looks
just go into
ridiculous.
town on him. You gotta love a little bit of button mashing, don't you? I love the comedy in this. It's very kind of. I find it very kind of No Man Heroes.
Yeah,
No More Heroes. Sorry.
I personally have to love button mashing because it's all I can do.
I've seen you play, man. You can do it. Don't give me that crap. I've seen you and Anto go, and you guys have you use combos as specials, and I'm just like, ah!
Yeah, but jokes are funny.
Oh,
Self-deprecating jokes are hilarious.
okay.
And everyone loves them.
You're right.
That's how we get the views.
Button mashes.
Over at hackthedino.com.
Goes for about 150.
Wait, whoa, really?
$150 for this PS2 game.
That's like days before Christmas. Like, it's a horrible game that no one likes, but it goes for big money. And you go, why? Well, That's the reason why.
There you go. I mean, I think it's I think it's fun.
But is it a cult classic? Like, is it?
It has become a cult classic. I don't think it was when it came out.
So has it got that Metal Gear Revengeance type thing? Oh, I'm
sort
sorry.
of where it's just afterwards and it built a following.
Yeah,
Yes.
like because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty much. It's over the top. It's hilarious. There wasn't a huge following at the time, so it didn't have a huge print run. It's like Chrono Trigger, but it's good, Townsy says. Thank you,
Well-
Townsy, in the chat.
Townsy has no taste, as is well established by him being our top tier Patreon. So you can't really, you can't really believe anything Michael Towns says.
No.
Michael Towns, Game Boy Games, he's a good guy. You should go and follow him.
Game Boy Games.
Boy,
Creator of Game of the Sexy Year.
The Goatsy
Last
Award
year.
went to the Floppy game from Game Boy Games. You can
Well,
play it for free.
when you've got that kind of subject to work with, mate, you can't go wrong, really, can you?
Well, part of that sentence is right.
Which bit?
You can't. Anyway, moving on.
Ouch.
Floppy, what's the next one?
Next one is PS4. Now, I will add, I have this sealed.
Oh.
I have a sealed copy of this.
Ooh.
This is...
Why you unwrap it? Unwrap it, Floppy. Go on. Games are meant to be enjoyed. You should unwrap it.
Oh,
right
I
now.
100% agree, but I don't intend on playing this one. It was
Sell it then. Why don't you sell
released
it?
here
Pointless.
and then immediately recalled off of shelves.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
to be not sold in Australia. And I was like,
Wow.
well, I'll buy that right now and give it because I'm curious.
Yeah.
It is Senran Kagura Estival Versus. I probably butchered the name. But it is a hack and slash action game where girls from rival schools are transported to an island to fight for the secrets of the shinobi.
Should we be playing this?
I had a quick look and it is fine.
Okay. Oh, cool. This looks like a cool fighting game.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's a 2D fighter.
But yeah, look, there is some fan service. We'll say controversial due to its possibly excessive fan service.
Right.
Not sure why it didn't get the rating for here because we have other games that do that sort of stuff, but it didn't. So I grabbed this game and I grabbed another one at the same time that also was not meant to be sold here, and just for curiosity, curiosity more than anything. But yeah, I have them still sealed on my shelf at home.
That's
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
bring that one with me today.
That game looks really good. I might look into having a look at that.
Well, it goes for regularly for $150.
Wow.
So that's a PS4 game for
Like,
$150.
Surely it would be more.
Well, that's just
Like
at
not
the
released,
moment.
like a recall.
That's what it's at the moment.
Yeah, right.
But why was it recalled?
Well, it didn't get rated, but I don't know exactly why it didn't get rated. I was going to assume it was for the content, but we probably got worse games out there, so I don't know. Possibly licensing, not sure. Now, those $150 games that were opened.
Right.
Mine's sealed, so
Yeah,
I'm going to go with it's possibly worth more, but I don't know what because I couldn't
Open,
find.
add another $100. Sorry, sealed. Add another $100.
There you go.
Easy.
So
Easy.
I didn't put it on the list because I couldn't find a sealed one, so it's sitting at number 6.
Could we give homework to the...
Can we give homework? Yes,
they
if someone
find
would like
out
to try
why
and
it
find
got
out what a sealed
recalled?
copy of Senran Kagura Estival Versus goes for, that would be wonderful. You can comment on the chat.
Anto, if you're in chat,
Do your thing! He is awesome at finding things online and that have sold and not sold.
yep.
Very, very
Although
cool.
he asked me if I could help him with the pricing of a red Wii that he's got.
Oh, yeah.
said,
Well,
yeah.
you are Nintendo. dude.
Yeah, I did. And I said, yeah, you're probably looking at this price. And he went, oh, I was hoping for much more. Sorry, man.
Whoops. I got a free Wii the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, black one.
Oh, nice.
I don't have a black one, so now I've got a black one and a white one.
Sweet.
Number
for a dollar.
number 5
Yep.
on Floppy's most expensive games on his shelf for PlayStation is a little PS1 game called Team Buddies.
Team Buddies.
Yes.
Okay.
This game is set in Buddy World, which is a peaceful world inhabited by pill-shaped creatures called buddies. One day, an eclipse occurs and crates fall from the sky.
Sounds great.
After finding weapons inside the crate, that's a nice one, the buddies are segregated by colour and begin fighting for supremacy.
Cool.
It's race wars.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. It's 1990s race wars games.
Okay.
It's a little bit weird.
Because it is the 90s and that was still very much a thing.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
goodness everything's changed now and
It
we're
is
all
very
over
much
that.
a product of its time. You probably skip forward in this video a little bit there, Jazz, and we'll have a look because it's very much a mix of like Worms 3D and a typical RTS style thing. Yeah.
Worms 3D and an RTS.
Yeah. Or Worms and an RTS sort of style of thing.
Yeah,
when you
right.
come to like your strategies that you can use, your crates that you can use to find weapons and build things up on these little spots. So you move your crates to little spots to be able to progress your game.
All right.
But yeah, regularly goes for $160
Why?
on PS1.
Why?
Same reason that I always go about why do shit games get worth more money.
So low print run, basically.
I believe so. It is PS1 though, like it's you know in its 30s now, probably late 20s, early 30s. But yeah, and that's my number 5. Number 4 is the God of War collection on the Vita.
I had no idea this was how much they are. I reckon I've seen this in the wild and I haven't picked it up.
So it contains God of War 1 and 2 in handheld mode on a Vita. Like that's pretty cool, right? Mm-hmm. No, it's a rubbish port of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is like if you want to play God of War 1 and 2, play them on a PS2. Don't play them on... This is like a rubbishy port of the 3D remaster, PS3 remaster, HD remaster. They're like pretty highly regarded as not a great way to play the game. But you could play it handheld, which of course was the only way you could do that. So you could be Kratos and where Kratos started doing all his cool stuff.
Frat boy Kratos.
Frat boy Kratos in PS1 and PS2 era games on your PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
Now, it don't, On a smaller screen, it does it a little bit more justice
Right.
because it's not quite as choppy. Mm-hmm. And the Vita does have an amazing
Please,
screen.
I'm a Switch player. Choppiness doesn't worry me.
Yeah, you've played Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, look, it is still playable. It is still cool. It's just not the best way to play the game. There's the old Chains of Olympus. But yeah, there you go.
I need to keep an eye out for that
Quite
because I
often-
still think I've seen that.
Goes for $160.
That's crazy. Why? Again, low print run.
Low
not
print
many
run,
play-
rubbish game.
And it is a successful franchise, so people want to collect it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it was, you could play it portably. Like back then, that was not that much of an option.
Speaking of successful franchises.
Oh, yeah. Number 3. This bad boy right here. In my humble opinion, the best way to play the Metal Gear games.
Yep, 100%.
This is the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection for PS3. I bought this new when it first came out because I love these games, and it has a massive collection of games on this collection. So you got Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 from the MSX. You've got Metal Gear Solid from the PS1. You've got the Metal Gear Solid VR missions from PS1. You've got Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 and Peace Walker. You got everything, and you had
No 4, though.
no 4.
Because 4, you can only play on the PS3.
Yep. But you had graphic novel, I think you could read on this as well.
Yep. It's because they released 2
Versions of
UMDs of the graphic novels.
But you could also had on the disc, it had a
Download code.
but it had like an encyclopedia.
Yep.
An encyclopedia where you could go through and download an encyclopedia of Metal Gear. And everything to do with the stories, the characters.
All written by Kojima.
It's so much content. It is hundreds of hours of content.
I purchased this brand new from Shin Tokyo about a year and a half ago for like $30.
That is unbelievable.
Like brand new.
Unbelievable.
And there was others there.
Because it is now regularly going for $180.
That's crazy.
But like, it's well worth it too. Like, there is so much content on there. $180 is not out of is cheap. I think
You do have to download some of the games, like the
do.
MSX games. I think you have to do through the store in order to you have to redeem.
I
them.
believe so.
Yeah. So they're not all on the disc, but most of them are.
Actually, you know what? I reckon one of them. No, I reckon the MSX ones are on the disc through one of the discs, and they're on the main menu. I might be wrong. It's been a while. But yeah. Also, just many of you know that is Ben and I's sort of favorite franchise, or one of our favorite franchises. And my favorite game of all time is Metal Gear Solid. But yeah. I like how he's allowed to touch my stuff. I'm not allowed to touch his.
No, please, it's not valuable.
It's $180 worth.
That's not valuable.
Yeah, you touch some Game Boy.
No, because they're worth over more.
They're worth over more. Ha! I just pooped. Right. That brings us to number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. Oh, you will have noticed these are all standard editions of games.
Yep.
I didn't think, because I have a lot of collector's editions as well.
You do?
I was like, standard editions of games, the most valuable ones. The ones that you can find in the wild a little more easy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figure that's what I would comprise this list of, which is why we're on the lower end of the scale for prices and stuff. But yeah. Number 2, PS1 game. Just down here, a few people have called it out. I know Napoleon's called it out. I know Townsley's called it out. The Legend of Dragoon.
Now, this is getting a remake as well, isn't it?
It is. Or it has. Has?
One of the two.
I'm not sure, yeah.
It exists at some point.
So RPG uses turn-based and real-time elements, 9 playable characters. I have not played through this one yet.
Oh.
No, I picked it up a while ago and it sat on my shelf, but it's always been on my to-play list.
You got a PS2, don't you, that you can whack and
I've also
play?
got a couple of PS1s that I
Oh,
can
there
play
you
it on. Or a PS2.
Is it just me, or have PS1's value dropped substantially lately? Like, I saw a boxed one for $50 the other day.
Why didn't you tell me? Because I want a box one.
Well, I contacted the guy and it was already gone.
Oh,
but
okay.
but I've seen them for like $75, $100, something.
Yeah, I am on the hunt for... Well, on the hunt. Like, I would like to have a boxed PS1.
Yeah, right.
I've got my childhood PS1. Mm-hmm. I would love to have a boxed one. And then I'm good. Oh, I got a new Xbox One the other day, but I'll talk about that in a minute.
Oh.
Okay, so this game, Legend of Dragoon, regularly... I think I've said regularly all the time. The average price that it sells for at the moment, 250 buckos.
That's crazy. That is actually crazy.
Which is why it's at number 2.
It's in a really good condition as well. Your
Yep.
copy?
It's good. Discs are good. No scratches.
So it's just like Final Fantasy then, right?
Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah.
Townsy in the chat says he picked up Dragoon for like $15 and sold it for $100 about 12 years back. So $100 12 years ago.
It's pretty good.
Unreal.
Pretty
Unreal.
good.
Which brings us to the top of the list.
Now, you haven't put it there.
I haven't. We got a run sheet here which has all this stuff written on it. And I've just written surprise.
Can I guess?
Of course you can.
Does it have anything to do with a snake?
It might, but I didn't say I was going to answer you.
Snake in a big box.
I did say no collector's editions.
Oh, you did too.
But then sometimes I break my own rules.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Only because it's one of the things that I don't have in my collection.
One of the things that Ben doesn't have, but I do, is my Metal Gear Solid collector's edition. Oh, limited edition. What do we call it? The limited edition premium package.
Amazing. That's what we call it.
So this contained the Metal Gear Solid game. It contains some stickers for your memory cards, a T-shirt, a soundtrack, a poster, double-sided poster. Did I get everything? Oh, dog tags.
And the little cartridge stickers.
Yep, I said that one.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Sorry. I was too busy looking at it going, man, that's pretty.
Now, I know it's not a collector's edition. I don't know whose video that is, but cool.
Some dude.
Some dude. Some guy. Thanks, some dude, for letting us use your footage. Um,
Incidentally, you know how we use other channels' footage?
yeah.
Someone dropped a comment, and it's obviously from the one of the shows we use the footage from, because he goes, "Oh, thanks for watching, guys." So, whoops.
Oh, whoopsies.
It's all right. Like, our 12 viewers will forgive us.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, this is the most valuable PlayStation game in my collection because it is worth priceless. It is priceless to me. I would never sell this.
I remember one of the first times I met Floppy outside of where he worked. He was wearing the T-shirt, and I yelled at him.
I was wearing the T-shirt. Oh, I've worn it.
And
I've
I did
worn it
yell
many
at you.
times. It's one of my favorite T-shirts.
So the only other one of those that I've seen is in Super Potato in Akihabara.
Oh, I signed?
That is signed by Kojima and Shoji.
Yeah.
And it just says underneath in English, "Not for sale."
Yeah.
Fine, I guess I'll steal it.
But I actually don't know what they're worth because, like, you never see them. Like, I couldn't find a sold listing. I couldn't find an asking
Easily
listing.
upwards of 500, especially if it's complete.
Yeah, and it is complete.
Easy upwards of 5.
It wasn't complete for a little while because I'd lost my copy of the game and Ben helped me replace that.
That's right. Lent it to
You
someone.
get
lent
dog
it to-
tags. Look.
Look at the little dog tags. Yeah.
Yeah, so Jazz, you can buy it for me if you like.
Fashion.
Those dog tags are still in there sealed, like I've never taken them out.
Oh.
I did, however, in the 90s use a couple of the stickers for the memory cards.
Yep.
But then I've still got those memory cards anyway.
No, and you're never going to sell that.
Nah.
Like you said it
no,
yourself,
no,
it's
this
priceless.
this is mine. This is one of those things that goes with me, goes to my children that they're not allowed to get rid of when I leave this mortal earth.
Yeah, see, I've got my copy of Super Mario Brothers, which was the very first game I played and is responsible for me being a video game fan and a Nintendo collector.
Yep.
I've told Parker, my daughter, when I shuffle off this mortal coil, she can do what she wants with all the other stuff, sell it, but she has to keep that one game. Just that one game. That's all I ask.
Yeah, she probably
And-
wdonc because you're never going to know.
And if she doesn't, yeah, exactly. Well, I've told her that I will haunt her. If I am able to haunt, I will be haunting her. That's my promise to her. Now,
I'd do that.
you were going to talk about briefly a Xbox?
Oh, yeah. So I picked up an Xbox the other day. I haven't got I've got a photo on my phone.
What kind?
An Xbox One S.
Right.
But is the Gears of War
I
2
saw
terabyte
this.
2 terabyte model.
I saw this in our Discord, which you can join over
Yeah.
at hackthedino.com. We got a collection pickup channel where
It
we all
is-
brag about all the stuff that we
It's
picked up.
very, very cool. It has like it has like physical elements to it as well. Like it's got gouge marks through it.
Nice.
Same with the controller as well. So I have the matching controller and console, and I also have the Gears of War 3 Xbox 360 that came with 2 controllers, same sort of style of design, and I've got that one boxed.
Wow. Oh, that's right. You got it off a friend, didn't you?
I did.
Good old friends who don't know what they've got.
Oh no, he knew. He just knew I appreciate
Are
it.
you planning on keeping them? They're going to be in your collection?
Yeah, that's my Xbox One now. That's
Yeah,
just the Xbox One that I have. So I was thinking the other day, and I think I'd like with each sort of console to have one of at least each,
Yep. That was my goal for Nintendo stuff.
and maybe maybe either make that one a limited edition one or have a limited edition one and a standard one. Maybe 2 limited. No more than 2 of each.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
don't
fair.
need it.
Yeah, I feel exactly
And I
the
don't
same
have
way.
any room for them. Fuck off. I can see how many 64s from here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've only got
5,
about
6.
11. They're all different colours, though.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah, and I think I'll limit it to at least 2, no more than 2 of each. But that one was very, very cool. I really like the Gears of War consoles, and I like that the 360 and the Xbox One were similarly themed.
But we've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast, where we bring you the past, present, and future of video games, news, previews, and discussions. We've talked about a whole lot of things tonight, and you've listened or watched with your holes that are in your face conveniently. Mm-hmm. If those holes don't work, I'm sorry. See a doctor, a hole doctor.
Mine weren't last week. I had to get it fixed.
Go see the Pope. The Pope, because he fixed holies.
Plugs them.
Holy.
Yeah.
Floppy,
Yes.
what do you do when you're not here?
Well, a couple of things. One of them is I am
Batman.
fiercely loyal to
He's
Luke
Batman,
Perry.
not
I'm
Nolan.
his biggest fan, actually.
Luke Perry.
Yeah.
Really?
Love Luke Perry.
Yeah,
Well, may he rest in peace. His son's a wrestler.
he is. Jungle Boy.
Yep. For AEW.
Yep. Great production. MJF.
Yeah, big fan of Luke Perry.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm not too busy being a big fan of Luke Perry, let's face it, I just do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full-time job. I post some things on Instagram.
Oh.
At Floppy Plays Games, I post things that I've...
Luke Perry fan account?
There you go. There's my Instagram page. There's things that I have purchased, things that I own, things that I enjoy and would love to share
With no
my
one.
happiness via photos. Not you don't actually touch them.
Yep.
If you go, what was the last one I put up there, Jazz? They're very, like if you go up to the top. My
What do we
little
got?
was it? Oh, it was my little Nintendo collection that I picked. My little Nintendo games that I picked up. So I've been playing Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Love that game.
Oh, I'm eager to see what you think of Metroid Prime. Have you played it before?
No, I haven't. I did pick it up on the GameCube.
Oh, you did? Ooh.
I have picked it up on the GameCube. Thank you to Anto.
No. Good old answer.
But yeah, Kirby's Return to Dreamland has been my lunchtime chillax at lunch games. I have a bite to eat and sit back and play some Kirby.
How far are you?
Most of the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm probably not far off finishing.
Can you cheese it?
Finishing. Pardon?
Can you cheese the whole game? Just fly up the top?
No, you can't.
No?
There are areas that you can. Certainly are areas that you can just cheese over.
That was a Wii U game, right? They ported over?
Wii, I think.
Wii
Wii
game?
game. It was a
Oh,
Wii
okay.
game.
Wow. They ran out of Wii U games already.
Well, they haven't reported all. They haven't ported all of them, have they?
Jazz, do you have an
Xenoblade.
account you want to plug?
No,
You don't want to plug it?
No.
I'm not on social media. Just kidding. I don't see the need to plug mine because it has nothing to do with retro video games.
Jazz
she's
is a
a
wonderful dancer.
Very good dancer.
Like legit.
And
I
artist.
quite often watch the little reels that come up on Instagram. Very phenomenal.
She is. Fantastic.
Like Michael Jackson phenomenal.
Yep. She does this sort of stuff. Yeah, hee. Yeah,
She
oh.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, ha.
All right, move
Yeah,
along,
yeah,
Ben.
Yeah.
No.
Nah,
Let's
mate,
go.
the keys have spoken.
I've got to plug my stuff.
I think you
Like,
just did.
yes, plug your stuff.
Okay, so
Which one first?
I put up all my finds over at Mr. Benjamin on Instagram. It's Mr. Benjamin, one word. The Mr. is me, and Benjamin's my name. Well, it's me. Instagram.com/Mr. Benjamin. It's where I put my stuff. You might see some
true.
stuff that I picked up there. Oh, do you know what I also did the other day?
Nope.
In fact, it was the same day that I picked up all those Game Boy Advance games. In the morning, I went to the gentleman who used to own one of the comic stores here in Adelaide.
I'm aware.
And I walked in and he had 3 comics waiting for me. Jazz, can you just go to the comics that were waiting for me when I walked into Tony's?
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, this one?
Yep, that one there.
Are they now? Did you need these to finish a run?
No, I needed these because they were early appearances of the Green Goblin. And when I say
too.
early appearances,
You mean 60s?
yep. So you got issue. What issues are there, Jazz? I can't read.
Both us old men can't read.
I know there's 26 and 27 down the bottom.
Yeah, July. Oh, is that what the issue number is?
Yeah.
26th, 27th, and up the top is the 23rd of April.
There you go. So very, very early. So within the first 2 years, appearances of Norman Osborn and the Green Goblin.
Look at that. I've got Sonic colours too.
I also picked up off friend of the show, Sean Fuster, a complete set of the Jim Lee X-Men cards.
Nice.
I found... What?
What was that, Metal Gear?
That was when I picked up all the Tamagotchis.
Oh,
He had that there for $5. So Sean Fuster, I bought all the Jim Lee art cards.
My favourite artist. My favourite comic book artist.
Yeah, I was very fortunate that Sean didn't want them anymore. The only ones that aren't there are the Hollows. I also got Bosk from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. It's the Lizard
Bosk
Man.
is next one over.
What?
Bosk was the next picture over, I think.
No, it wasn't.
Who's
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy?
Oh, it's me. Right, yeah. And that's me.
Oh, it's Bosk.
I was doing the commentary for World Series Wrestling again. So that was fun. I get to do that again in October. And then
That was pretty
10-back Donatello that I purchased a while ago for
What
too
do you mean
much money.
10 back?
So the 10-backs were the very first release of the Ninja Turtles. They only had 10 characters you could buy. And then they brought out more.
So there are 10 characters on the back of the card.
Correct. Yep. So I have...
Almost self-explanatory.
I have a Splinter 10-back and I have a Donatello 10-back. So only 8 more to go. Super easy to
I
find.
once paid with a 20 and got 10 back.
Boo. Boo. But I also do...
Oh, jeez, GameCube clone was nice.
I also do another little side project called Bad Game Arts, where I look at all the bad game art from the early 2000s and
wanna see
mostly
the
the 90s.
basketball one.
All right, so I'll bring up Bill Lemire's basketball. It's the third one there, Jazz, the basketball one. So he's going for a dunk while also punching someone in the face
Wow.
in body armor. And this is happening in 2030. So remember, 7 years, we're all supposed to dress like this.
Man, I'd do
He
that
looks
now.
like he's punching a super small man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's Bill Lamar. He'll punch out whoever the fuck he wants.
Their forced perspective is a little bit out of
it's
whack.
not good.
Yeah. As Michael Towns in the chat has just pointed out, I love how the game's set in 2030, but he looks like he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
That, my friend, is the power of ego. Another game as well. Middle one in there, Jazz, from an old magazine
Zazap?
called Zazap 64. Look at those renders. Where's that knife coming on from to start off with?
Well, he's holding it in front of him like that.
I know, but at the start, I thought that was Bruce Willis.
That's Arnie, man.
I know, but
That's Arnie from Commando.
what is wrong with his forehead?
Have you ever met? No, you haven't met. Have you ever seen Arnie?
Well, all right, let's look at Michael Keaton there. Why is he having kidney problems?
I don't understand. That's why he looks like as Batman. Have you tried to wear that suit?
Well, I don't turn green.
Oh, okay, that's a bit weird.
RoboCop.
Can I just say, I love this cover of this magazine.
Really?
Roger Moore, RoboCop, Commando, and Michael Keaton Batman.
That Roger Moore's really good though.
Roger Moore looks great.
Look at his gun, though.
I want to say that is
Yeah,
from
No, that looks fine.
the cover of For Your Eyes Only, I think.
Yeah.
Does it say that somewhere?
No.
For Your Eyes Only.
Well, fine, if you guys
That's
just...
a really good illustration.
I guess I'll just delete it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Delete the
This
whole
is
thing.
These,
It's
yeah.
fine.
No.
It's bad
I
art.
didn't say it wasn't good. I didn't say it was good art. I just said I love it.
It's
I love
it's
heaps of
not
trash
the
stuff.
worst one that you've shown.
Well, you know what is the worst one? Go to that one. Fantasy Star for the Sega. What's going on with that guy's back?
I think he broke it.
To the left there.
Has he got boobs?
Is he pooping? Is that what he's hiding? He's hiding his poop? He pooped so hard he snapped his spine?
Yeah.
No.
So,
I like how the artist just goes like, nah.
I like how that little cat thing's looking at you, judging you. He's looking directly into your soul, probably feeding on it.
Gosh, has she got a fluffy boa as a sword?
No, it's power.
Is that? Are you sure? Because her power looks like fluffy boa.
No,
It's just it's the alignment of the hips and things that looks funny. So like
so why is
Oh,
why's
like her
the
boobs are twisted to the right, but her hips
Her-
are twisting to the left.
Yeah, she's walking.
This looks like a fold, but I don't know. It's all around here that it's a bit wonky. But
That's how a normal person walks and looks.
It's really not.
I just like the guy's spine. It must be this long. It's nice. It's nice for once for one of these covers to have the guy that's disproportionate with his spine, as opposed to
Yeah.
the female who usually is.
But
'Cause you
also, in the defense of the people that make these, like, good on them for just making stuff
No, fuck him.
because they finished it.
Right.
Like, you have all these other artists that never finish anything, and then you've got these guys that are just charging forward despite
Their
technical
inability to
difficulties.
draw.
Well, it's not an inability to draw. If you can sign your name, you can draw. But this is kind of like there's some good parts in it. Like her face is good. His face is good.
Ben's just He's just so shriveled now.
I don't know. I think it's nice when
No, I think you're
people are
right.
able to finish work, like finish not perfect.
I am the king of starting artwork and not finishing it. So
And that, the guy's back isn't that bad.
Yes, it is. Awful. It's the worst thing ever. You should check it out. See how bad it is over at Bad Game Arts that I put a lot of time and effort
least
into.
the hands are the right
Only to be
way.
ripped apart from those I care most about.
your game said nothing.
What's that one?
It's Good Game Arts hosted by Jazz.
Or I'll sell why it's okay, why it's not the worst thing.
Why it's okay arts.
Is that Rambo? That is
I
Rambo.
don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
What do you think of that one?
I'm sure that the people who made these are the worst critics of their own stuff. And then, like, we're just
No.
roasting them on.
Ben's the worst
On the
critics of their
internet.
own stuff.
it's only because I hate everything. Okay, but we've been Hack the Dino. This has been our gaming cast where we bring you a chuckle, a laugh, and a gaffolk.
What?
A gaffolk. You know what a gaffolk is?
Yeah, it's when you fart so hard it cracks your back.
Yep.
Okay.
Gaffolk. Wow, I just did a fart joke. I have to retire. I'm sorry. Yada hee.
Jazz.
Yada
Jazz.
hoo.
Stop.
Yada.